Good afternoon and welcome to a rain-soaked Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. It's the 2010 Class A Soccer Championships. The number 1 ranked Chattanooga Christian School Chargers and the 3rd ranked Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers will square off for a state championship. I'm Dwayne Hickey along with Chip Hoback, and we'll be back in a few moments with the starting lineups and the kickoff. You're watching Soccer Championship action on the TSSAA Network.
Coverage of the 2010 Blue Cross Spring Fling Soccer Championships is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Tennessee, Farm Bureau Insurance, Baptist Sports Medicine, and the Governor's Highway Safety Office.
Instead of the ball stopping short when he hit a puddle, it skipped right off.
That's right. Well, you have enough momentum on a little backspin, it'll either stop it or skip off of it.
And a couple of substitutions coming in already. So it looks like, I think that's Rockland Summers coming into the into the soccer match, I should say.
Rockland Shoemaker, and they let Drew Daniels and another senior out there, Matthias Crossman, get a start in the state championship game as some of the leaders on this team, even though they don't normally start. So a quick substitution in there to get them out.
I think Adam Ryan also came back in there. We've got a tripping call, so it will result in an indirect kick for Chattanooga Christian.
First break of the game goes the Chargers' way. Here they are right out in front. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Wall being set up by Boyd Buchanan near the right upper corner of the penalty box. Ball goes off the wall into the box and covered there quickly by Lockhart, as that ball just kind of spun there in the soft sand and mud in front of that goal.
The rebound was the better shot.
Contact there near midfield, so we'll have an indirect kick for the Buccaneers.
Another interesting tidbit about the seniors for Chattanooga Christian School, their graduation was scheduled for kickoff time tonight, the same time the game was. So about an hour prior to the rain coming through, they were outside with their teammates, except they were wearing caps and gowns over their soccer uniforms, and they graduated. Sean Brower is also the principal of Chattanooga Christian School, and they performed a graduation ceremony right here in midfield.
It was a pretty nice ceremony, Chip, and caps and gowns being worn over soccer shorts and cleats.
That's right.
Ball back in play near the midfield, poked away there by Buchanan, thrust across the midfield into their scoring third. Ball back near the midfield, picked up there by Ian Pilgrim. Pilgrim forwards it in front of the Chattanooga Christian bench. Ball changing possession there in the midfield. Corey Wilson, the captain, picks it up, puts it in the midfield, and we've got a hard tackle and a whistle, which will result in another kick for Boyd Buchanan.
A lot of freshmen on the squad for Boyd Buchanan, so a young team out here in the state championship.
Ball goes toward the penalty box, headed away back toward the midfield, and Boyd Buchanan will just play it down into their offensive third. It'll be run down, or excuse me, that's Chattanooga Christian plays it into their offensive third, run down by number 22, Ben Beasley of Boyd Buchanan. So it'll be a throw in for the Chargers. Taylor Black puts the ball in play, gets it right back, has it poked away there by Drew Zumbrin, and it'll go over the end line, resulting in a corner kick for CCS. Ball set to be kicked from the left corner, hooked toward the top of the goal box, headed in and kicked away by Boyd Buchanan. Ball controlled. A whistle there is a little bit of contact near the end line.
And still unable to cleanly clear the ball out of there, but they got a break on the penalty.
Will result in a goal kick for Boyd Buchanan, the Buccaneers. Set to kick will be Clint Babb, who was down there near the end line on that play. Indirect kick toward midfield, hops all the way into the offensive end for the Buccaneers. Picked up there by CCS. They put the ball near midfield now. Exchange of possession. Ball back down in the Boyd Buchanan end. CCS trying to go on the offense. Rockland Shoemaker puts it over the touchline, and it will result in a kick. Actually, is it going to be a kick? No, a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan.
So far, Chattanooga Christian's been applying most of the pressure, and here they are in the box again with another shot.
Yeah, Taylor Black kind of whiffed on that chip. He had a look at it, but just couldn't quite get a solid foot on it, as he had a good look there to put one past Jake Lockert.
It's interesting talking to the Boyd Buchanan coach, Dustin Walker, because he said, most of my players don't play travel or club. They're playing other sports and decided to pick up soccer, and here they are in a state championship. So he said their work ethic is what's gotten them here.
Boyd Buchanan with the ball, puts it up into their forward third. Run down there by Bo Simmons of CCS. He clears it out to a teammate. Controlled there by Joshua Womack. Womack puts the ball near midfield. Teammate puts it into the scoring third for CCS, and the ball gets into the penalty box where it's picked up by Jake Lockert. And Chip, that may be one of the reasons these two teams don't really know each other, is if you got a CCS who plays a lot of club soccer in the summer, and Boyd Buchanan whose guys are out playing other sports, not a lot of crossover during the summer, and during those times, got a loose ball in the goal area, picked up there by Taylor Scholl. Scholl's going to kick, and it's going to go wide right of the goal. Scholl with a point-blank look and just can't get it to go home.
Now, Scholl got it over to Zach Cameron. That was a great pass out front and right in front of the goal, and just missed it wide right. So even though the ball's been down in the Chattanooga Christian offensive end most of the game, Boyd Buchanan with a scare right there.
And we heard, go ahead, Chip. So we heard Dustin Walker talk a little bit about that's what their game wanted to be today. They wanted to counter.
They want to take advantage of the mistakes.
Goal kick out by Blomberg. Picked up by Boyd Buchanan. Another scoring chance. Chase Reed's going to take it down the left side. Outside of the penalty box. He's going to cross. In trying a header there was Scholl. He couldn't quite get his head on the ball, and it crosses all the way over to the left side.
You see why they put Taylor Scholl up there. He makes things happen in the middle. He's the point. He's up top all by himself.
Ball loose again near midfield. Run down there by Reed. Poked away by Cameron Anderson for CCS. Ball goes over the touchline. It's going to be put back in play by Joey Glisson for Boyd Buchanan.
Now let's take another look at it inside. There's the nice pass in there from Zach Cameron, and then the shot just a little wide right.
So nice pass, and as you mentioned,
it's like Joey Glisson in there.
Yeah, Glisson had a look at it off the pass from Scholl, but couldn't quite get it to go home. Fast movement on that goal, or attempted goal, I should say, and Boyd Buchanan with the ball loses it at the top of the penalty area. Does Taylor Scholl. Now we've got some contact near midfield, and it looks like it'll be a free kick for the Chargers.
Drew Zumbran caught on that one. A little contact got his man up in the air.
So Taylor Farrar set to put it back into play for CCS. He booms it down the field toward the goal. Boyd Buchanan trying to clear, and they have a run out with Chase Reed dribbling down the right side, going to be caught from behind and double teamed. Ball knocked away and recovered by Taylor Black. Black's going to take it, try to go around Reed and take it over the touchline, and result in a throw-in for the Buccaneers. Glisson puts the ball in play. And picked up, rolling on the ground there, picked up by Blomberg, the goalkeeper.
Taylor Farrar was able to get in there and get a head on it and knock it out. And play some good defense in there for Boyd Buchanan.
So Blomberg puts the ball back in play, splashing around near midfield. Ball now into the offensive third for CCS. Ball being controlled right now by Boyd Buchanan, poked away there by Michael Powell for CCS, and over the touchline it will result in a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan.
Chattanooga Christian School is more of a possession team, or rather Boyd Buchanan is.
Ball back in play after a throw-in. Teams just kind of trading possession of the ball near midfield.
Now Chattanooga Christian, they've had possession of the ball most of the half so far. Boyd Buchanan trying to take advantage of the breakaways and the quick shots.
28 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in this first half. We've had no score, and really only one real scoring threat, and that came from Boyd Buchanan. And they're going to have the ball on a throw-in from the touchline. Number 5, Mason Wortman, will put it in play. High lob, and he puts it right on the touchline. It goes out, and it will go right back over to Chattanooga Christian.
And look directly at his hands. That ball had some mud on it. It kind of slipped out of there. And there's another, the same thing happened.
So just exchanging throw-ins this time. Wortman puts it low on the ground, intended for Shull. Ball loose in the box. Poked away there by CCS. Cleared to midfield, up here to Rockland Shoemaker.
That's Roy Anderson, one of the captains down there on defense in the box, making a good play. And here they are again.
Reed with the ball right of the box, and it's going to go through the corner.
Taylor Black on the slide tackle.
And we'll have a corner kick, it appears, for the Buccaneers.
That's the first corner kick of the game for them, and
looks like it's going to be Mason Wortman to take it.
So far the stats look pretty even. A corner kick for each team and 2 shots by each team.
Wortman's going to put the ball in with his right foot, and we have a
went behind the goal.
Went behind the goal, so unusual to see a player do that with his right foot from that corner, because that is the foot closest to the end line, and he just kind of, a golf term, he just shanked it.
Well, he's trying to bend it. He's trying to bend it around. Started at the goal and bend it around, and sometimes, especially with the wet conditions, the ball just goes straight.
Blomberg puts the ball back into play up to midfield. Boyd Buchanan with it, takes it into the midfield. Shull trying to control the ball, now pokes it out right here to Reed. Reed down in the right corner trying to keep it in. It can't quite do it. Recovered by the Chargers.
Chase Reed's unable to win that battle in the corner to get the cross shot.
Rockland Shoemaker, I should say, is bringing it into the scoring third and pokes it well in front, trying to run it down. He got in front of everyone except for the keeper, Jake Lockhart, who was able to corral that one.
Rockland Shoemaker, the leading scorer for Chattanooga Christian School, with the opportunity right there, and got the ball out too far ahead of him just a little bit. But look for him to have that, take that shot again.
Yeah, nice penetration right down the center of the field that time by Shoemaker. And that time, Joey Glisson trying to get across the midfield stripe, has it poked away over the touchline, and it will result in a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan.
Puts the ball under his shirt, so make sure he gets a good grip on it this time.
Ball intended for Shull is going to go all the way into the penalty area, be picked up there by Blomberg, the goalie. Blomberg boots it, ball loose and bouncing on the Boyd Buchanan end of the field. Finally corralled there by Lockhart after a couple of loose kicks. No one really trying to take possession of that ball. Number 2 with the ball, that's Shoemaker, trying to score from well outside the penalty box. He once again kind of got behind everybody, Chip, after a loose play near the midfield, and he kicks it well right of the goal.
We talked earlier that you're going to see a lot of substitutions from Chattanooga Christian School, not so much from Boyd Buchanan. Very few substitutions during the game, and there's actually 4 subs getting ready to come in right now for Chattanooga Christian School. Matthew Johnson's over there, as well as Matthew Foreman. I'll see Sasha Peters and Matthias Crossman waiting to come into the game at the next break, coming the other way.
We'll have an indirect kick here by the Buccaneers. Ball headed toward the goal. Finally run down by CCS. Ball being forwarded down the field there by number 16, Corey Wilson, the captain. He's unable to find his teammates, and Boyd Buchanan puts it all the way back down the field as we speak. That's Taylor Shull, who runs right over the top of Rory Anderson, who's back on defense, trying to keep the ball out of his goal.
Roy Anderson's been a problem spot for Boyd Buchanan down there. He's stopped every opportunity that they've had that's been near his zone.
Little contact near midfield, so we'll have a kick for the Chargers. Set to take that one will be Taylor Farrar. He bends it in toward the penalty box. Ball's headed toward the goal. Don't know who got their head on it, but a nice play by Lockhart.
Lockhart, with the quick reaction time there, glanced off somebody. There were about 3 players in the same vicinity right there. A good stop by the All-State goalkeeper.
The Chargers control the ball in their defensive end of the field. Puts it through the midfield. Ball on the foot of Adam Ryan. He's able to forward it on to a teammate. Ball goes over the touchline and will have a throw in here as the we've got to look at this save right here, Chip.
Yep. Can't see the number on him right there. 13 maybe.
Yeah, and if it's 13,
it's and Adam Ryan, another one of the captains on this team.
The junior captain, and looks like he got his head on the ball, but Lockhart made a nice save. As that ball goes over the end line and should result in a goal kick. Let's see, or was there a call?
It's going to be a corner.
Corner kick, okay. So that was Boyd Buchanan who put it over the end line, so it results in a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian School.
That'll be the second for Chattanooga Christian. And Chattanooga Christian leading in the shot category right now, 4-2. Another good stop there by Jake Lockhart.
Yeah, nice curved corner kick there, but Lockhart was expecting it and was at the near post and able to corral it. Ball loose in the midfield, going to be poked away there by Boyd Buchanan and saved in the corner, and then over the end line.
Credit Matthias Crossman with a nice pass down into the corner, and we're going to have another corner kick.
And that was Matthew Foreman who was on the offensive for for Chattanooga Christian, forcing the issue there. And Matthias Crossman will take the corner kick. Ball in the box. A header after it was poked away goes left of the goal.
That's Ben Beasley, the senior sweeper in there. Best athlete on the team. He's an all-state football player. diving in there to make the head save.
So we'll have ball put back in play by Boyd Buchanan. Headed forward there by Joey Glisson. Glisson gets it back and clears it into his offensive zone.
This is a dangerous play right here.
Shull's got the ball, double teamed in the penalty area. Poked away by Boyd Buchanan. And we got a tackle from behind, no call. Ball's loose. Fans wanted a call there. They got none. Lots of aggressive play in the midfield. Number 22 for Boyd Buchanan, Ben Beasley, just puts it down in the goal area, and Taylor Shull gets a look at it, but Josh Blomberg picks up the roller, and Shull looks up asking where the call was.
It's dangerous when it gets down there in Taylor Shull territory. He's a guy that can make it happen.
Chattanooga Christian with the ball on the far side. Ball intended for Crossman gets past him and will be poked over the touch line, resulting in a throw-in for the Chargers. Ball comes into play. Splashes near midfield where the Chargers go back on the offensive. Number 7 for Boyd Buchanan, that's Chase Reed's got it. Has it poked away near the midfield by number 19, Bo Simmons. Throw in for Boyd Buchanan.
Asked both coaches if they were going to change anything up for this game, to do anything special, and because of the style of both of these teams, they both pretty much said, we're just going to do what we do. We're going to stay with our game plan. There's nothing drastic that we have to do to defend the other team.
Throw in for the Chargers. That was Joshua Wallach who put it in play, and we have a whistle. Stoppage of play as we've got a foul. No contact there.
Well, considering the weather conditions, we got a great crowd here, both teams from Chattanooga, and we got a pretty full house.
We do, and we appreciate the fan support being out here to support TSSAA Spring Fling Soccer Championship action. I'm glad you could join us on the TSSAA network. Chase Reed will put it in play. Looking for Shull. Shull down around the corner. We got a whistle.
Break for Boyd Buchanan. They'll have a shot here. Look for Owen Shull in the middle. Rather, Taylor Shull coming across the middle.
It looks like he's going to initiate the kick here.
Got Drew Zumbrin down there.
Zumbrin, who scored a goal in their last game, has been an integral part of the run in the state championship tournament. Shull centers the pass. Looking for a header, can't quite get it on the head of one of his teammates. Picked up there by Reed, who kind of whiffs on it. The Chargers try to clear it, and can't. Ball's going to come back down here in the corner to Shull on the right side of the goal, and he's going to have a sliding tackle poked away by number 4 of the Chargers. That's Roy Anderson, the captain. And Chip, if we've mentioned his name once on defense, we've mentioned it 10 or 12 times already.
You know, I'm not sure if Taylor Shull, if they want him in that position very long. They're moving him back into the middle now. And they're going to have Ben Beasley, the senior sweeper, over there on the corner kick.
So try a little something different on this corner kick.
Oh, this is going to be a throw.
Actually, it's going to be a throw in. As they said, didn't go over the in line and went over the touch line. Beasley throws it in. Looking for Shull, and Shull collides with one of his teammates and is unable to gain possession of the ball. CCS clears it through the midfield and over the touch line. That was Matthew Foreman. Looks like Mr. Foreman and a couple of his teammates are going to come out of the match.
Free substitution on the Chattanooga Christian School. I don't think we've seen a substitution yet from Boyd Buchanan.
And we did hear that Sean Bauer, when we were talking to him, Brower, I should say, when we were talking to him earlier, did indicate he didn't expect a lot of substitution from the Buccaneers.
Well, they don't usually do it. They don't see any reason why they change it just because they're in the state championship game.
I think we may have gotten a little contact there in midfield as Scholl was trying to get the ball. And he was being handled just a little too aggressively. So resulting in a kick there toward the goal, looking for Scholl. Was his teammate number 16, Clint Babb. Couldn't find him. Ball's now back out near midfield. And a tackle from behind, number 15 for Boyd Buchanan. That's Rance Harden, a little aggressive from behind, knocking down Michael Powell.
At the 13-minute mark coming up, 13 and a half minutes, there's a shot of the crowd. And they had to endure a pretty severe storm that came through here. There was a lot of lightning dancing around this stadium and a downpour of rain for about a half an hour. And they all took advantage of the refreshments in the concession stand for a little while.
As did we. Ball now in the possession of the Chargers.
Nothing like going to a high school game and getting a freshly grilled cheeseburger.
As Bo Simmons looking for Joshua Womack, puts it right past Womack, and will result in a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan. I did sample one of those cheeseburgers, and they were mighty tasty.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
I'll wait for the next game to have another one.
Well, I had two. I didn't know if I was going to have another chance.
Boyd Buchanan with the ball on the far side of the field. Looking once again for Scholl. The long ball run down there by none other than Roy Anderson for Chattanooga Christian.
Well, there's a ball that looked like it was going out of bounds. It hit a puddle and stopped. And I think most of the players thought it was going out too and stopped.
Corey Wilson with the ball, captain for CCS, gets it across the midfield stripe. It bogs down there on the far side and going to be poked out of bounds, resulting in a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan. So Clint Babb puts the ball in play for the Buccaneers. A little contact near midfield. Centering pass does not find its mark, and the Chargers clear the ball to midfield.
Roy Anderson again. Call his name a lot today.
Adam Ryan with the ball is going to put it on the foot of Joshua Womack. Womack on the left side of the goal has it poked away there by number 22 of Boyd Buchanan. Ben Beasley, that senior sweeper that you mentioned earlier, Chip, did a good job on defense.
Fourth corner kick coming up for Chattanooga Christian School. And so far, Boyd Buchanan has done a great job defensively against all these corner kicks.
And Michael Powell is going to take it for Chattanooga Christian. Ball centered through the box. No one able to touch it, and it rolls out the other side.
Right through Will Taylor's grasp right there. I wish he'd had another shot at that.
Adam Ryan has the ball for Chattanooga Christian. He's going to center it in the box, number 8, with a shot. Nice block there by Jake Lockhart. He knocks it down. It got away from him, but his teammates are able to clear the ball as Powell got a point-blank shot on Lockhart. Chattanooga Christian trying to keep the pressure on, keeps putting the ball back toward the box, do the Chargers. Ball poked away near midfield, taken away there by Zumbrin. Covered by CCS. Another long pass into the box. And Boyd Buchanan is just going to put it over the touchline, resulting in a throw-in for the Chargers. That time, Ben Beasley gets it out of harm's way.
Chattanooga Christian's really been putting the pressure on.
Taylor Scholl near midfield was the only white jersey on that side of the mid-stripe. Couldn't quite run it down And Chattanooga Christian will regain possession. Now we've got a whistle, and
well, Boyd Buchanan plays that 4-5-1, and when all of the pressure is in the defensive end of the field, Taylor Shull's the only guy back there. So if they happen to clear one out, he's got a 1-on-3, 1-on-4 situation.
Ball's thrown in. Shaw, I believe, with it on the far left side. It is Shaw. He has it knocked away from him. It'll go over, I believe, the touchline, resulting in another throw-in for the Buccaneers.
I think they might be pointing that as a corner.
Okay, so it goes over the end line. It was right there in the corner, kind of hard to determine which way the ball went. So corner kick coming, ball bent toward the box and is loose in the box. Still loose. And the Chargers of CCS, lucky there, they kind of poked it up and away from their own goalkeeper, Blomberg, and it goes over the back of the net.
That'll be another corner. Mason Wertman running over there to set it up. The crowd starting getting into it.
So
cheering on the Boyd Buchanan Buccaneers.
Now Wertman's going to see if he can keep this one in front of the net. He's going to kick it again behind the net. Second time in a row, Wertman has gone from that spot, Chip, and second time in a row, he's put it behind the net. Just not able to get the curve on the ball he's accustomed to. So Blomberg will throw it in for the Chargers. Actually, it'll be a goal kick.
I think the Buccaneer fans got the Charger fans a little charged up there.
Blomberg puts the ball near midfield. Tyler Tipton for Boyd Buchanan ran past that one. And the Buccaneers clear it back into their offensive end. Chattanooga Christian puts the ball into their offensive third, and a nice play there by Ben Beasley to sort of ricochet it off one of the Chattanooga Christian players. It'll go over the end line and result in a goal kick for Boyd Buchanan. Interesting, a couple of times on the goal kick, Boyd Buchanan's had a player other than the goalie initiate the ball back into play. Ball goes over the touchline. And actually, we've got a whistle now.
I think they got Jake Locker back there for his defensive capabilities, not necessarily his offensive capabilities.
So it'll be a kick by Chattanooga Christian. They send the ball to the box. Ball goes off the foot and ahead of a couple of players, and now over the touchline, and resulting in the throw-in for Chattanooga Christian. And I believe we have a sub coming in to the contest.
Taylor Black, sophomore, coming into the lineup.
Retaking the field for the Chargers, number 11. Taylor Black.
In the state championship games that we've seen throughout the week here, it's amazing the amount of young talent that we have out on the field. There's some teams that are senior dominated, but most of the teams in the state championship games have been loaded with underclassmen. As Corey Wilson, another one of those captains we were talking about, that had that shot in the right corner of the goal.
Yeah, Jake Lockhart extends up and toward the corner of the goal and gets both hands on it. Is able to deflect it away over the end line. That'll result in a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian. But good shot attempt that time by the senior captain midfielder, Corey Wilson.
Rockland Shoemaker puts it up.
Puts it up, ball's in the box, headed away there by Boyd Buchanan. Run down by Joey Glisson, who puts the ball near midfield. It'll go over.
All right, here's another look at it as the shot goes up into the right corner. Look at the extension and the great defensive play by Jake Lockhart.
Great defensive play there by Jake Lockhart. Back to live action now. And Boyd Buchanan will put the ball back into play. Putting the ball in play, Joey Glisson. Puts the ball on the box. And contact there as Chase Reed tried to get it poked away by the Chargers. And the ball will go over the touchline as Taylor Black unable to run it down before it goes out of bounds, but last touched by, it goes over the touchline, I should say, and last touched by Boyd Buchanan.
Number 17 there, that's Matthew Johnson. That's another sophomore in the lineup.
Johnson puts the ball in play, finds number 2. That is Rockland Shoemaker trying to advance the ball, can't. Clear to the midfield. Ball forwarded toward the goal, now headed away by Boyd Buchanan. We've got just about 3 minutes remaining in this first half. No score, Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. Chargers with the ball on the far side of the field. Ball tackled and knocked away. It'll go over the end line, resulting in a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian.
Nice aggressive move there by Will Taylor down there. The defense came up and had to do something. All they could do is kick it out. So here's another corner kick. A little different kind of play as they tap it in instead of kicking it all the way to the goal.
And the shot on goal goes wide right and over the end line.
Chattanooga Christian's been a bit more aggressive in the offensive end. Lots more shots. They've had 8 shots and 4 of those being on goal as compared to 3 shots from Boyd Buchanan. Only 1 shot on goal from Boyd Buchanan.
Babb puts the ball up toward midfield. Rockland Shoemaker has it at the top of the penalty arc. Has 4 white jerseys between he and the goal, and the ball's poked away. And number 17 for Chattanooga Christian, that's Matthew Johnson, going head-to-head there with Chase Reed. The crowd felt like Reed knocked the ball out of the field of play, and the referee said no.
They called a penalty there.
Did call a penalty, okay. So called a tackle from behind. And Boyd Buchanan will initiate, and we've got another penalty. There's a forearm into the back, whistled against Taylor Farrar. So this will be a good scoring chance for Boyd Buchanan, and it looks like Taylor Shull will be the man to initiate the play.
Josh Blomberg noted for not having any second chance goals back there, so he's got his chore cut out for him right now.
Shull to put the ball into play, kicks it straight toward the wall, has it knocked back toward him now. Kicks it toward the right corner and over the touchline. He stumbled a couple of times there, got his feet tangled up, but no foul called. And we're down to 35 seconds remaining in the first half.
Both teams relying on number 2 to try to get some scoring going. That's Rockland Shoemaker for Chattanooga Christian School and Taylor Shull for Boyd Buchanan. So far, neither's been able to shake loose.
And Michael Powell puts it over the touchline. And Boyd Buchanan will put the ball back into play near midfield. As Ian Pilgrim has it, and it appears that the first half is going to run out without a score as Pilgrim has the ball poked away from him, and that should wrap up the first half, and it does. We are through one half in this Division I Class A AA final, and we have no score. Boyd Buchanan and Chattanooga Christian. We'll take a break, come back with second half action. You're watching Division I Class A AA Soccer State Championship Tournament action on the TSSAA Network.
There for his defensive capabilities, not necessarily his offensive capabilities.
So it'll be a kick by Chattanooga Christian. They send the ball to the box. Ball goes off the foot and ahead of a couple players, and now over the touchline, and resulting in the throw-in for Chattanooga Christian. And I believe we have a sub coming in to the contest.
Taylor Black, sophomore, coming into the lineup.
Retaking the field for the Chargers, number 11, Taylor Black.
In the state championships games that we've seen throughout the week here, it's amazing the amount of young talent that we have out on the field. There's some teams that are senior dominated, but most of the teams in the state championship games have been loaded with underclassmen, as Corey Wilson, another one of those captains we were talking about, that had that shot in the right corner of the goal.
Yeah, Jake Lockhart extends up and toward the corner of the goal and gets both hands on it. Is able to deflect it away over the end line. That'll result in a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian. But good shot attempt that time by the senior captain midfielder Corey Wilson.
Rockland Shoemaker puts it up.
Puts it up, ball's in the box, headed away there by Boyd Buchanan. Run down by Joey Glisson, who puts the ball near midfield. And it'll go over.
All right, here's another look at it as the shot goes up into the right corner. Look at the extension and the great defensive play by Jake Lockhart.
Great defensive play there by Jake Lockhart. Back to live action now. And Boyd Buchanan will put the ball back into play. Putting the ball in play, Joey Glisson. Puts the ball on the box. And contact there as Chase Reed tried to get it, poked away by the Chargers. And the ball will go over the touchline as Taylor Black unable to run it down before it goes out of bounds, but last touched by, it goes over the touchline I should say, and last touched by Boyd Buchanan.
Number 17 there, that's Matthew Johnson. That's another sophomore in the lineup.
Johnson puts the ball in play, finds number 2. That is Rockland Shoemaker trying to advance the ball, can't. Clear to the midfield. Ball forwarded toward the goal, now headed away by Boyd Buchanan. We've got just about 3 minutes remaining in this first half. No score, Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. Chargers with the ball on the far side of the field. Ball tackled and knocked away. It'll go over the end line, resulting in a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian.
Nice aggressive move there by Will Taylor down there. The defense came up and had to do something. All they could do is kick it out. So here's another corner kick. A different kind of play as they tap it in instead of kicking it all the way to the goal.
And the shot on goal goes wide right and over the end line.
Chattanooga Christian's been a bit more aggressive in the offensive end. Lots more shots. They've had 8 shots and 4 of those being on goal, as compared to 3 shots from Boyd Buchanan. Only 1 shot on goal from Boyd Buchanan.
Babb puts the ball up toward midfield. Rockland Shoemaker has it at the top of the penalty arc. Has 4 white jerseys between he and the goal, and the ball's poked away. And number 17 for Chattanooga Christian, that's Matthew Johnson, going head-to-head there with Chase Reed. The crowd felt like Reed knocked the ball out of the field of play, and the referee said no.
They called a penalty there.
Did call a penalty, okay. So called a tackle from behind. And Boyd Buchanan will initiate, and we've got another penalty. There's a forearm into the back, whistled against Taylor Farrar. So this will be a good scoring chance for Boyd Buchanan, and it looks like Taylor Shull will be the man to initiate the play.
Josh Blomberg noted for not having any second chance goals back there, so he's got his chore cut out for him right now.
Shelder put the ball into play, kicks it straight toward the wall, has it knocked back toward him now, kicks it toward the right corner and over the touchline. He stumbled a couple of times there, got his feet tangled up, but no foul called, and we're down to 35 seconds remaining in the first half.
Both teams relying on number 2 to try to get some scoring going. That's Rockland Shoemaker for Chattanooga Christian School and Taylor Shull for Boyd Buchanan. So far, neither's been able to shake loose.
And Michael Powell puts it over the touchline, and Boyd Buchanan will put the ball back into play near midfield. As Ian Pilgrim has it, and it appears that the first half is going to run out without a score as Pilgrim has the ball poked away from him, and that should wrap up the first half, and it does. We are through one half in this Division I Class A AA final, and we have no score. Boyd Buchanan and Chattanooga Christian. We'll take a break, come back with second half action. You're watching Division I Class A AA Soccer State Championship Tournament action on the TSSAA Network.
Coverage of the 2010 Blue Cross Spring Fling Soccer Championships is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Tennessee, Farm Bureau Insurance, Baptist Sports Medicine, and the Governor's Highway Safety Office.
Welcome back. Second half action of the 2010 Class AA State Soccer Championship set to get underway. A scoreless tie here at half between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. But as we get set for the second half, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights.
And Boyd Buchanan had their back to the wall most of the time, and this is early in the action. Taylor Shull with a nice setup, but they missed the scoring opportunity there early. Good defense on behalf of Chattanooga Christian School with Taylor Black coming in with a nice slide tackle, and then Chattanooga Christian putting on the pressure inside. I think that might have been Adam Ryan in there with the header. Good defensive play by goalkeeper Jake Lockhart. And once again, there's another shot in there by Richard Reenick inside. And Chattanooga Christian really putting on the pressure throughout the game. There's another great stop by Jake Lockhart as he defends the goal again. Once again, no score in the game. Chattanooga Christian putting on most of the pressure. These two teams are struggling with one thing, and that's the pace of the ball, because sometimes it's skipping right on through there and hitting a lot of dry spots, and so other times there are still some puddles, and the field is very spongy out there. It's a good solid turf.
So we'll see if that makes a difference in the second half, Chip, as also leg fatigue may come into play with the condition of the turf.
And one of the things that I heard from Soccer Buddy over here was that a lot of teams will change their socks at halftime. They just become so heavy and saturated with water that it's like wearing leg weights, ankle weights on your shoes.
Well, second half now underway. Goalies have swapped the ends of the field. And throw in for Chattanooga Christian.
Ball see if any of the strategy changes here in the second half. Once again, Chattanooga Christian putting on all the pressure in the first half. Boyd Buchanan seemed content to lay back and play defense most of the time.
Trying to counter is what their coach Dustin Walker said was their game, and right now Boyd Buchanan has the ball in the midfield. Drew Zumbrin forwards it down the far side, looking for Chase Reed, can't find him.
And remember, in the first half, Boyd Buchanan had their one really good shot on a goal. It was in the early going when they had fresh legs. Let's see if they're going to try to attack early.
Ball in the midfield, picked up there by Boyd Buchanan. And the ball goes over the touchline before Clint Babb can get back to it, but last touched by the Chargers of Chattanooga Christian. Babb throws it in, goes over the end line. It'll result in a goal kick for Josh Blomberg.
Taylor Shull, as you see running across the screen right there, He's the leading scorer. He's had 26, 27 goals throughout the season. He's also one of the leading assist men on the team with about 13 assists on the season. And he's the man that makes it happen offensively for the Buccaneers.
And he will be playing his college ball in another sport. He'll be at Maryville College playing football next year. He will not be playing soccer. So again, kind of going back to the theme that Dustin Walker talked about. His team is more athletes who play other sports who've kind of gravitated to soccer, whereas Sean Brower has a team full of soccer players for the most part. So Blomberg now being told to put the ball in play. He does. Ball headed away back down toward the goal, and Scholl for Boyd Buchanan can't run it down. Buchanan's had the ball on their offensive end of the field for the most part of this early portion of the second half, but now gets across midfield in the offensive third for the Chargers of Chattanooga Christian. Centering pass toward the goal, knocked away by Lockhart. Run down there by Matthew Johnson. He tries to put the ball on goal, and it's knocked away toward midfield.
Once again, that was Rockland Shoemaker trying to make something happen on the offensive end for Chattanooga Christian.
Header at the top of the penalty arc, and we've got a collision, and down goes the player for Chattanooga Christian. That's number 8. And we'll have an indirect kick from just outside the top of the penalty arc.
They always start that wall up right by the ball.
And then they start backing up, don't they?
Well, the official makes them back up.
Well, Lockhart directs his wall, and he's squarely behind it. Ball's initiated. It's off the right side of the wall. It's in the air, headed away by, or attempted by Boyd Buchanan. Ball's loose in the goal area and goes over the end line to the right side of the goal. 2 headers trying to get the ball clear, and finally Chattanooga Christian puts it on net, but wide right.
Adam Ryan in there had the opportunity with the header and almost got it in there.
So we'll have a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian. Ball comes bending toward the goal, and once again goes behind the goal.
Here's take another look at the header here. Adam Ryan sets up after the deflection off the wall. The ball goes into the air, and Buck Buchanan's own player gets it away from the goalie, not taking any chances there. And there's Ryan with the shot, and it just goes outside after deflecting and misses the goal.
Goal kick for Boyd Buchanan. Puts the ball out near midfield. Goes over the touchline, and it'll be a throw in for the Buccaneers. Just about 35.5 minutes remaining in regulation of this contest. No score between Boyd Buchanan and Chattanooga Christian. Glad you could join us here on the TSSAA Network.
I didn't see any fatigue factor in the first half. We thought that toward the end of the first half, we might see a little bit out of the Buccaneers because they rarely substitute. Chattanooga Christian School substitutes like Loyola Marymount used to. It's like every time there was a break in the action, here comes a whole new team.
4 or 5 new players coming off the bench. So it'll be a throw in on the far side for Boyd Buchanan. Ben Beasley, the senior sweeper, to trigger it in. Ball thrown toward and into the penalty box, and we've got contact there. And it will result in a goal kick for Josh Blomberg. A line drive kick toward the midfield, skips past midfield and off a Boyd Buchanan player and over the touchline. Quickly initiated in by Chattanooga Christian. Looking for number 13, Adam Ryan, and it's going to go over the end line, resulting in another goal kick for Boyd Buchanan.
Once again, Chattanooga Christian trying to keep the pressure on. They've been in the offensive end. In the first half, they had 6 corner kicks, 8 shots attempted, 4 shots on goal, compared to Boyd Buchanan's 3 corner kicks, 3 shots, and 1 shot on goal.
Boyd Buchanan back on the offensive. Taylor Shull has the ball. Clears it to midfield to Joey Glisson, who puts it across midfield. Ball down the far side. Rattles off a couple of players, goes over the touchline and into the Boyd Buchanan bench, and it'll result in a throw in for the Buccaneers. Ball down the sideline, down the side of the touchline there, I should say, on the far side and over the end line. Crowd's trying to stir up their team. Wet, damp conditions here in Murfreesboro at Richard Siegel Soccer Complex. A scoreless tie with 32.5 minutes remaining in the contest in this Division I AAA state championship, Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan.
You can't really see from the camera shot because the bleachers are on our side of the field. It's a pretty good size complex they have here. And a good crowd on hand tonight. Kind of a mixture because the second game was supposed to start here already.
So it'll be interesting to see how much of the crowd stays around and how much of the crowd will leave before the second game. As that ball goes over the touchline near midfield, and Boyd Buchanan will be awarded another throw-in. As you can see, the almost full stands here at Richard Siegel Soccer Complex, just on the sort of north side of Murfreesboro.
There's a lot of people standing around the fences and over by the concession area in the end zone, and just a great crowd out here on a night where we had some pretty tough weather coming through here.
Oh, a little contact there results in a kick for Boyd Buchanan. Taylor Shull would come out to take the kick. He triggers and hooked it in toward the penalty box, and it's going to be poked away there, I believe, by Matthew Foreman of Boyd Buchanan, or excuse me, of Chattanooga Christian. Tyler Tipton triggers it in for the Buccaneers, looking for Shull here on the left side near the corner. He's guarded there by 2 players, has the ball taken away. It's loose, comes back to Shull. He finds a way to keep it in play, and now cleared toward the midfield by Chattanooga Christian. Teams jockeying for position in the midfield, and Chattanooga Christian takes the ball away. Centering pass is going to be across to the left side, looking for number 14. That's Matthias Crossman, who has the ball poked away from him and across the end line, and it will result in an indirect kick as he was taken down on that tackle from behind.
Matthias Crossman down there battling with Rance Harden, and they call the foul, and then we have another substitution coming in.
Now it looks like Crossman's going to come out, and Shoemaker is going to come back in. Rockland Shoemaker will come back in to the match. It looked like Crossman was kind of gimpy going off the field there, Chip, on that tackle. He may have got dinged up just a little bit.
You think that Shoemaker is one of the guys you'd want in the middle there. He's now running into your picture. The leading scorer for the Chargers.
Corner kicked from the far side, hooked in toward the goal. Poked away there by Boyd Buchanan back toward the midfield. Picked up by Matthew Johnson and then taken away and retaken by Johnson. Passes it up to number 19, Simmons. Back to Johnson on a little give and go. And contact near the touchline. And no call as the ball goes over the touchline. And it appears there is a call now. And I believe it will result in a kick for Boyd Buchanan. Let's see. No, it's just going to be a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan. Excuse me, for Chattanooga Christian. Ball goes over the touchline in front of Chattanooga Christian's bench, and they'll initiate it back in. Chant of defense from the Boyd Buchanan crowd.
Buccaneer fans have been vocal the whole game.
Ball in toward the penalty area, headed up Ball high in the air, waiting for it to come down. Bounces, headed out of there by Buchanan. Trying to clear it, can't quite get it out of that area as Chattanooga Christian keeps the pressure on. Ball skips through the midfield and all the way back to number 4, Roy Anderson on defense for Chattanooga Christian. He puts the ball into their scoring half. Good defense on the far side there by number 15, Boyd Buchanan. That's Rance Harden. And we've got a whistle. And it appears to be another indirect kick for the Chargers of Chattanooga Christian.
And Chattanooga Christian once again keeping the ball in their end of the field. They've kept the pressure on the entire game.
Boyd Buchanan had a little bit of a spurt to start the second half, but here in the last 6 or 7 minutes, it's been all Chattanooga Christian pressuring the goalie, Jake Lockhart, of Boyd Buchanan. And the ball is going to go over the touchline, resulting in a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan.
Once again, part of the strategy for Boyd Buchanan is to try to play the good defense, play the good solid defense. They've got an all-state goalkeeper back there in Jake Lockhart, and then take advantage of opportunities. They're hoping that sometime along the way, Chattanooga Christian is going to make that one mistake, give them a breakaway, and give somebody like a Rockland Shoemaker an opportunity to score.
Well, it's interesting when we were talking to Dustin Walker, he talked about the counter game, and Sean Bauer talked about how important the middle of the field has been, and his team, Chattanooga Christian, has controlled the middle of the field as that ball gets in to the goalie box where it's scooped up by Jake Lockhart.
The Buccaneers playing some great defense.
Lockhart puts the ball high in the air, comes down on the offensive side of midfield for the Buccaneers, but controlled by Chattanooga Christian. Ball poked away by Boyd Buchanan across the touchline on the far side. It will result in a throw-in for the Chargers.
I almost get the feeling that the Buccaneers are playing like a cat getting ready to pounce. They're just biding their time, playing the defense, letting Chattanooga Christian use all of their energy trying to score, and so far they haven't been able to do so.
Josh Blomberg will kick the ball from his goal position. Chattanooga Christian with the ball in their midfield, looking for a cutting number 15. Will Taylor can't find him. Now ball's picked back up there by number 11. Crossed into the goal, looking for Rockland Shoemaker, and a great play by Jake Lockhart, who just comes out and smothers the attempt.
That's the man they want with the ball, is Shoemaker, and he just couldn't get there in time.
So Chattanooga Christian trying to put the pressure back on. Ball rolling down into the near corner. Cleared out of here by Boyd Buchanan. Ball deflected near the midfield. Chattanooga Christian with the possession of it. Shoemaker's going to hook with his left foot toward the goal from outside the penalty box, a good ways outside the penalty box, and Lockhart is able to knock it down. Ball loose in the midfield, going to be picked up by Boyd Buchanan.
That's one of those plays where it looks like Boyd Buchanan's looking for Chattanooga Christian to slip or make a mistake and give him an opportunity to score. Nice sliding tackle there.
Clint Babb on the sliding tackle puts it over the touchline, resulting in a throw-in for Chattanooga Christian. Boyd Buchanan trying to clear the ball back onto their offensive side. Chattanooga Christian with possession of it. Now comes down to Shoemaker. Shoemaker near the penalty arc, and we've got a whistle.
So they'll have another shot. Jake Lockhart will direct the wall once again.
Let's see who triggers it in. Looks like it's going to be Taylor Black initially here. There are 3 Charger players near the ball, so we'll see who begins this play. Also number 13 there, Adam Ryan, the captain.
There's the crowd. They're getting into it.
Shoemaker kicks the ball high and over the back of the net as he tried to bend it in over the top of the wall, and instead it goes high and over the crossbar.
And if you look at the area right in front of each goal where the grass is worn off, there's usually a sand substance out there. They did put some dry substance down there that soaks up the water from the rains we had earlier today, so that's probably the driest area of the entire field.
As we've got a little contact near midfield, and Boyd Buchanan will get the indirect kick. Scoreless tie with 22.5 minutes left. Chattanooga Christian on the offensive. They can't quite control the ball as they come into their scoring half. Cleared out of there by the Buccaneers, and they'll go over the touchline, resulting in a throw-in as Bo Simmons will trigger it back in for the Chargers.
For the Chargers, number 3, Tim Love.
Substitution for Chattanooga Christian as the ball comes back into play. And this time Boyd Buchanan will have the opportunity for a kick from their defensive end of the field. Taylor Scholl takes the pass, puts it on the right side of the pitch on the far side, poked away there by Chattanooga Christian. Scholl recovers the ball. And give and go here. Ball is cleared out of there by the Chargers. A backwards pass there, missed its intended target for Chattanooga Christian. They run it down, hook it into their offensive end, looking for Will Taylor. Ball goes past Taylor, and it's knocked out over the touchline by Boyd Buchanan. Triggered in there by Peters. Peters gets the ball back, and it's cleared away by Boyd Buchanan.
Boyd Buchanan's just playing some solid defense, and they're looking for the opportunity to break away. There's a foul right there at midfield, but once again, they're hoping that Shoemaker can have a breakaway just like on that play, because that's what they're looking for. The one mistake, that's going to happen. And there's a yellow card
on Shoemaker.
On Shoemaker.
Yeah, he and Taylor Scholl got tangled up near the midfield stripe, and there was a little jawing back and forth, and I think they caught Shoemaker on his retort after the tackle from behind. As
Don't have anything nice to say.
Exactly. As Scholl was going on a breakaway.
That was a hard tackle at midfield, and once again, that's the strategy for Boyd Buchanan, is to counter off a mistake from Chattanooga Christian School, and Shoemaker's the guy to score. I doubt he'll be out there very long. He wasn't shook up. He wasn't injured, it didn't appear. So he'll go over there and they'll let him cool down a little bit, put his sub in there, give him an opportunity to rest up a little bit. He'll be back out there. Oh, it's good to see the young soccer fans cheering on their heroes out here. Big brothers and
exactly. Little sisters, little brothers cheering on their big brothers. Okay, so time is now being kept on the field as we've got an indication that the scoreboard clock is incorrect. So the indirect kick by Boyd Buchanan is toward the goal, now back out in the midfield area. Chattanooga Christian with it. That's Will Taylor. Taylor down the far side, dribbling, trying to find a cut lane back toward the goal. He does, gets in the middle, and he gets bumped down from behind. And we've got no call, play on. Chattanooga Christian crowd doesn't like it, but the official says play on. Shot toward the goal, headed out of there by Boyd Buchanan. corralled there by Corey Wilson for Chattanooga Christian. The ball in the air.
And that was one of the few times we saw a chink in the armor of the Boyd Buchanan defense. A good play in there to break through the defense and almost get an opportunity, and the good no call and there stops the ball and clears it back out.
Ball over the touchline to be triggered in by Sasha Peters, who may be coming out of the game here. So 3, Sasha Peters will come out of the game. And coming back in, it appears to be number 8.
And Richard Greening back in, and boy, I tell you, that was the strategy we've talked about several times during this game. Chattanooga Christian with a lot of substitutions, very few from the Buccaneers of Boyd Buchanan.
Bias Crossman with the throw in, and now we've got a whistle on the throw in.
A little bit of contact on the sidelines.
So we'll have a indirect kick. Looks like it's going to be taken by Corey Wilson, senior midfield captain. Standing beside him is number 15, Will Taylor.
Once again, they run a play instead of taking the shot.
Taylor along the end line and goes over the end line, resulting in a goal kick for Boyd Buchanan. Jake Lockhart set to trigger the play back with just under 17 minutes remaining in this state championship match. No score between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan.
We talked about Chattanooga Christian putting the pressure on. They've had 2 corner kicks. They've had 4 shots. They've had 2 shots on goal. And so far for Boyd Buchanan, no corners, no shots on goal in the second half.
Here comes Chattanooga Christian School's Will Taylor trying to put the pressure on once again. Ball goes over the touchline, and Taylor will trigger it in.
It's almost amazing that the coaches pretty much told us how this game would go. I believe it was Sean Brower that gave us a prediction. It's going to be a 1-goal game. He says it's going to be 1-0, whatever the final score is. I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be 1-0.
As Tyler Tipton gets whistled for a little too much aggressiveness there on his play, and it resulted in another indirect kick for Chattanooga Christian. Setting up to take the kick, Corey Wilson. Wilson's taking a lot of these kicks here in the second half. He's going to hook it toward the goal. Ball is loose in the penalty area. Run down there by Powell. Powell puts it on goal, and it's covered up there by Jake Lockhart.
Oh, Josh Womack had a golden opportunity right there, and with the slick field out there, he slipped down and missed the shot right in front of the goal.
Ball quickly back into the Chattanooga Christian offensive end as Will Taylor takes it along the right side of the goal. It's going to go over the end line. Knocked out there by Taylor. Taylor's had a little bit of an offensive spurt here in this state tournament. He's had 2 goals and assist in his first 2 games in this state tournament.
One of those games where you just can't slack up for a minute.
Because as you mentioned, the first mistake may be the one that cost you the game. A little bit of contact there near midfield.
And now here's something we haven't seen too often. Boyd Buchanan's going to have the ball on the offensive end and with an opportunity.
Especially in the last 8 to 10 minutes, the ball has been in their defensive end the whole time as Boyd Buchanan puts it into the offensive end, looking for Taylor Scholl down there on the left side. He's got it near the end line and steps over. And the ball will be taken to the goalkeeper, Josh Blomberg, for a goal kick. Blomberg puts it in play, headed away there at midfield. A couple of players tangle for it. Here's Boyd Buchanan with it. There's Drew Zumberg who brought it in to the offensive end. Now cleared away by Chattanooga Christian. Ball headed back in toward the goal. And off one of Chattanooga's Christian foot, one of their players' foot, and it'll be triggered in via the throw-in by Boyd Buchanan. Tyler Tipton to trigger it in.
It's another one of those freshmen.
Shull down there double teamed along the end line left of the goal. And now we've got a whistle and
handball.
We got a handball, and Shull appears to be down in a heap left of the penalty box in his offensive end. And he is slow to get up. And he's kind of hobbling on that right leg a little bit. Chip, it looks like he may have had a little knee-to-knee contact there.
Well, that's a player that Boyd Buchanan cannot afford to have out of this game as it comes down to the wire here. He's the scoring opportunity that they have. Scoring a large majority of their goals this year.
As ball comes back down in the offensive zone for Boyd Buchanan, cleared away there by number 17, Matthew Johnson for Chattanooga Christian.
They don't get to keep those balls, do they?
I don't think
It's
so.
not like arena football.
I wonder if you can turn it in for maybe a free hot dog.
A free snow cone.
Yes. Ball over the end line, and once again, Josh Blomberg will have a goal kick. Under 12 and a half minutes remaining in this state championship match. We have no score between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. You can feel the tension mounting the closer we get to the end of regulation.
Like we said, Chattanooga Christian's kept the ball in the air in most of the half, but just recently, Boyd Buchanan has had it down in their offensive end of the, but still has not had a shot.
Joey Glisson triggers it in via the throw-in.
Looking for that one counter play down there.
Overrun that time by Clint Babb. And he flicks it over the touchline. It'll be a throw-in for Chattanooga Christian. Adam Ryan puts the ball on net as Lockhart pokes it away with both hands.
Kind of a volleyball shot there.
And the ball is going to go over the touchline as Corey Wilson tried to put it back inside the box.
I guess Lockhart thought there was too much traffic around him to try to catch that ball, so instead he just double-fisted it out.
Johnson triggers it in play, taken away here by Boyd Buchanan's Zumbra. Ball loose near the midfield. A crossing pass there by Taylor Farrar goes off the right corner of the penalty box and out across the end line, and result in a goal kick for Boyd Buchanan.
And Boyd Buchanan once again with a solid defense. That's got to be frustrating for Chattanooga Christian School. They're constantly putting the ball in front of the goal, constantly taking shots, can't make anything happen. The defense is always there for Boyd Buchanan.
As that time Ben Beasley whiffs on the ball trying to clear it and stays in the offensive zone for Chattanooga Christian, but Lockhart runs it down and will kick it away.
This is where we start seeing if maybe the strategy for Boyd Buchanan pays off by wearing down Chattanooga Christian School. Chattanooga Christian School has been trying to counter that strategy by using a lot of substitutions. Like we said, there was a lot of rain here before this game started. There was a rain delay. The socks are wet, the shoes are full of water, and running with weights on your feet.
Chase Reed puts the ball in play. Gets it back. Centers the ball. Out here to Tyler Tipton.
Be a lot of wrinkled toes after this game.
Certainly will be. Ball cleared through the midfield as Boyd Buchanan puts it back into their offensive end. Nice block there by Ian Pilgrim. Ball stays in the offensive zone for Boyd Buchanan, and we're going to have a tackle from behind, and that time Tyler Tipton just ran down and pushed down Will Taylor.
The conditions on the field have gotten immensely better than they were in the first half. It's dried out great.
Chattanooga Christian now trying to find a way to get some offense going here. Crossing pass there by Will Taylor. Ball is put on net, but wide right of it. As it looked like that time it might have been Adam Ryan who got a poke at it, trying to put it in the net.
He's the man in the middle. He's the big guy that likes to get up. And he had a chance there. That's 6 shots for Chattanooga Christian School at 3 shots on goal.
As Matthias Crossman and Bo Simmons come back into the match for Chattanooga Christian. Boyd Buchanan puts the ball back in play. As Farrar takes it across midfield for the Chargers. Ball loose on the edge of the goal area, and Jake Lockhart he was a long way from home there, Chip.
Yeah, the ball fell in the hole there by the scoreboard. You see it in the background.
Yeah.
It's full of water. It was just floating around. That's something we've seen way too much of in Middle Tennessee lately, is pools of water.
Pace of the game has slowed quite a bit here in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Boyd Buchanan now with it.
But notice what side of the field the ball is on a majority of the time. It's been going toward Boyd Buchanan's offensive end.
Chattanooga Christian. Adam Ryan trying to find a way to get the ball into the box, and
that was a nice play. Offsides, but the ball hit a puddle too. It just stopped dead as he was trying to pass that ball ahead. It was an offsides play anyway.
So offsides called against Chattanooga Christian, resulting in a kick for the Buccaneers of Boyd Buchanan. 2 teams out of Chattanooga in Murfreesboro playing for a state championship, and there's no score. Breakout here for Boyd Buchanan as Scholl appeared to be ahead of the pack. A nice tackle there by CCS. Pokes the ball across the touchline, and Boyd Buchanan will have a throw in front of their own bench.
Zach Eller just came in the game. He's got a clean uniform. He's a freshman.
Shot on goal by number 9 of Boyd Buchanan. That's Drew Zumbrin, and the ball goes high and right, but I'm not sure Josh Blomberg could have gotten to that upper right corner if it had been inside the goalpost.
Well, they're trying to wear down Chattanooga Christian School, and like you said, they've had the ball more in their end of the field. That's their first scoring chance that they've had in the second half.
Ball cleared through the midfield by Boyd Buchanan, putting it back in their offensive end.
Boyd Buchanan's just been trying to wear down Chattanooga Christian School, and so far it seems to be working in their favor. The momentum is shifting in their direction.
And Joey Glisson gets bumped from behind and goes down. It results in a kick for Boyd Buchanan. That's either Taylor Scholl or Chase Reed. I can't quite. I believe it's Taylor Scholl who will initiate the play. Hooks the ball toward the top of the box. Intended header is poked away by Chattanooga Christian. Scholl's going to run it down near midfield and poke it over the sideline, the touchline, and it'll be a throw in for Chattanooga Christian. Well, it's going to be a throw in for Boyd Buchanan. Interesting, looked like Scholl put that ball over the touchline, but it was last touch by a Chattanooga Christian player. Play along the far side, goes down to the Chattanooga Christian offensive end. Run down by Boyd Buchanan's defenders. As they try to put the ball back through the midfield, it'll go over the touchline. And Chattanooga Christian will have a throw in.
That's a good look at Ben Beasley right there, the sweeper. And the defense for Boyd Buchanan have been very busy tonight.
So Chattanooga Christian now back on the offensive in their scoring zone. Ball poked away there by number 10 for Buchanan. That's Tyler Tipton, and it goes over the touchline. And they have some more substitutions coming into the match. Captain Corey Wilson comes back into the match. And number 8, Michael Powell, will check into the contest.
I think we might have called Richard Reenick's name out a few times for Michael Powell. They've changed numbers.
They had a couple of number 8s on the roster. We had 50% chance of being right. Oh, ball's in the box. As Lockhart couldn't get it the first time, gives up a rebound, and a second shot rolls right to him, and Lockhart is able to hang on the second time. But that he let out that rebound, Chip, and it could have been costly.
Scary, scary play.
And it appears that Chattanooga Christian has been whistling for a foul, and it'll be a kick for Boyd Buchanan. As you can hear the Chattanooga Christian crowd in front of us, they're not quite sure that was the right call.
But they keep it clean. It's Christian school.
Exactly, they do. Boyd Buchanan, number 16, Clint Babb, triggers it toward the box. Headed away, and now cleared into the offensive zone of Chattanooga Christian. And Lockhart will come out and pick it up with 3:50 remaining.
Let's get down to crunch time.
Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan, two schools only 5 miles apart. They come to Murfreesboro for a state championship, and it comes down to the last 3 minutes.
And we're not quite sure if that's the accurate clock time or not, because for a while there they were keeping it on the field.
So we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 minutes, but not exactly sure, as the ball will go over the touchline, and Boyd Buchanan will have a chance for a throw-in.
The drama builds as we're right down at the end of the game, and here's Boyd Buchanan with the throw-in.
Beasley triggers it in. Ball comes off the head of player right back to Beasley. And Beasley, with his left foot, just sort of whiffs on it, and it goes over the end line. And Beasley doesn't look like he's moving too well, especially kind of a little bit of a strange gait there as he gets back to his defensive position.
As we said, he's an all-state football player as well, and plays sweeper for the most part. He was up there on the offensive end trying to take a shot.
As we've got a little contact near the midfield, and number 18, Joey Glisson, will be whistled, resulting in a kick for Chattanooga Christian School. Kick coming from near midfield. Ball's in the air, curving toward the left side of the penalty box, headed away there by number 7, Chase Reed of Boyd Buchanan, run down by Chattanooga Christian on the far side.
Once again, that's Rockland Shoemaker in there. That's the guy you want with the ball, the leading scorer, and he was driving toward the goal. Went through a couple of defenders before it went out. So now they have another corner kick.
Shoemaker doing a good job of splitting those defenders and trying to get the ball on net, but a sliding poke away over the end line.
A lot of times they'll run a play instead of trying to set it up in front of the goal here.
Results in the corner kick, and we'll see this time as Taylor Black comes back into the match for Chattanooga Christian. Ball's initiated into play, cleared out by Boyd Buchanan to the midfield. Ball put back toward the box and left of the goal and over the end line, resulting in a ball initiated on the goal kick there by Jake Lockhart. Chattanooga Christian quickly on the offensive. That's Corey Wilson down the left side and gets tackled. And the ball goes over, I believe, this touch line, and it'll be a throw-in. Ball in play, headed away there by Boyd Buchanan.
Once again, we're not sure if they're going to put any extra time on the clock or not, but right now they're playing down the final 30 seconds.
Will Taylor in the right corner has the ball knocked away over the end line. It'll result in a corner kick. We're under 20 seconds.
Oh, wouldn't that be something to score a goal on a corner kick in the closing seconds of the game? Here it goes.
Corner kick's going to go for the 4th time tonight behind the net. As from that side, Chattanooga Christian's had a hard time getting the ball in front of the net. And Jake Lockhart, as the clock winds down, will not even have to initiate the goal kick. And we have no score at the end of regulation play. Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan in the Division I. Welcome back to Richard Siegel Soccer Complex in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. The first overtime of the 2010 Class A AA State Championship Division I action between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. No score through the first 2 periods of regulation. We'll play 2 10-minute overtime periods. If no one scores there, or if there's a tie score at the end of those, we'll go to sudden death and then finally penalty kicks. Dwayne Hickey, Chip, lots of action there in the second half. None of it resulting in a scoring opportunity, but again, as it was in the first half, the majority of the pressure put on by Chattanooga Christian.
Yeah, and you just kind of had the feeling that Boyd Buchanan was going to try to sneak in there at the end and poke one in the net. And they had a couple of opportunities down the stretch. They put the pressure on right at the end of the game, like that was the strategy that Dustin Walker, the head coach for the Buccaneers, had, and it didn't quite work out for them. So here we are in overtime.
Dwayne Hickey and Chip Hoback here with you in overtime of this Division I Class A AA matchup between 2 teams from Chattanooga. And we're underway in the first overtime. Boyd Buchanan with possession of the ball. Cleared it to the midfield, now taken by Chattanooga Christian. That's Taylor Black who advances it up the near side. Ball's going to roll across the end line and be a corner kick. Okay, they're going to say that Boyd Buchanan last touched the ball before it went over the end line. I thought Taylor Black had gotten the ball too far in front of him. Instead, Taylor Black will take the corner kick. Black raises his arm, kicks the ball toward the net, hooking in there. A nice scoring opportunity, but good defense there by Ben Beasley, the senior sweeper, to get his body out in front.
Bo Simmons cutting in front there, trying to get the header in the side of the goal, and almost got there.
So once again, a goal kick for Boyd Buchanan, and for most of the night they've swapped up. They've not allowed Jake Lockhart to kick every one of those kicks. They've had one of the players come out and take that kick, and we've got some contact near the midfield.
And just to talk about how much pressure the Chattanooga Christian School has put on the offensive end of the court. In the first half, they had 8 shots. Second half, they had 8 shots. They had 4 scoring chances in the first half, 5 scoring chances in the second half. And you compare that to only 1 in the second half for Boyd Buchanan.
Yet the score still knotted at nothing.
Boyd Buchanan had 3 in the first half and only 1 in the second half.
Chattanooga Christian with the ball inside the penalty area. Nice defensive play once again by Ben Beasley back there as he's on Will Taylor. And the ball goes over the end line, and it appears that Boyd Buchanan will have another goal kick. It's Clint Babb back there who's been taking and alternating the goal kicks with the goalie Jake Lockhart. Ball headed at midfield back toward the goal. Now picked up by Chattanooga Christian. Taken away there by Boyd Buchanan, put into the midfield. Pass out to the side there for Powell. Powell has it poked away. Ball loose and tackle from behind there. And Powell's going to go down, and that's going to result in a kick for Chattanooga Christian. Ball in the air toward the goal. Gets in very close to the goal box and poked away. Good defense there by Boyd Buchanan, but they're having a hard time clearing the zone.
They've had that ball in their end of the goal, on their end of the field, almost the entire overtime period.
Ball's going to go over the touch line and result in a throw-in.
Just watch how Chattanooga Christian has been dominating this possession. I don't think that ball's crossed center field yet.
Boyd Buchanan initiates the play in with a throw-in. Ball once again cleared to midfield. Now finally goes over the midfield stripe, but only Taylor Shull back there for Boyd Buchanan. Shull back there by himself as he tries to get to the ball. It's poked away over the touch line. Good defense there by, once again, Roy Anderson, junior defensive captain. Ball thrown in, a lot of contact there. Play on. And Boyd Buchanan trying to keep it in their offensive end for the first time in this overtime period. Ball now on the foot of Chase Reed as he's in the middle of the field, has it poked away near the penalty arc. Ball cleared all the way through midfield. Now back into the offensive end for Boyd Buchanan. And it's going to go over the touchline right in front of the Chattanooga Christian bench. Throw in, high lob down the far side of the field. Shovel down there has the ball poked away from him, taken away by Chattanooga Christian's Roy Anderson.
This is the best offensive possession that Boyd Buchanan's had in the overtime period.
Centering pass picked up there by number 7. That's Chase Reed. Reed puts the ball in the middle of the field. Inside the box, has it headed away, right back to Reed. And poked away toward midfield by Chattanooga Christian. Under 4 minutes remaining in the first overtime period. We still have no score. There's Shoemaker with it for Chattanooga Christian. He wants to take it on a run out. Can't quite get it there. This one's going to be taken away by Chase Reed. Reed comes in toward the middle of the field. Has it taken away there by number 11, Taylor Black. He's going to clear the ball back to Shoemaker. Shoemaker between two defenders. Has it poked away and over the touchline, and it'll stay with, now they're going to say it's going to go back to Boyd Buchanan. I thought Chattanooga Christian may have kicked that out, but, excuse me, Boyd Buchanan may have kicked that out, but it was last touched by Chattanooga Christian. Ball loose, and Taylor Shull gets knocked down from behind. It's going to result in an indirect kick with about 2:40 remaining in this first overtime period, as Shull got tackled from behind that time by, I believe it was Corey Wilson.
And Taylor Shull reaching over, grabbing his toe like he's worried about cramping up. That could be a possibility with fatigue setting in the overtime period.
Shull tries to center that ball, headed away by Chattanooga Christian. Taylor Black puts it toward midfield, looking for Shoemaker, has it poked away. Now Chattanooga Christian trying to find some offense here, get it up into their offensive end, looking for Rockland Shoemaker, just a little too far in front, and it's going to be poked away over the touchline by Boyd Buchanan.
It's amazing that Boyd Buchanan hasn't worn down any, as much as they've been playing with their backs up against the wall. They've done it the entire game. Shots on goal, one after another. They've been taking shots at an amazing clip compared to Boyd Buchanan being able to take offensive shots. So they've held up well. You just got to wonder how long they can keep it up.
Jacob Warren to trigger it in for Chattanooga Christian. Put through the midfield, down to the defensive end for Chattanooga Christian. Cleared out there by Roy Anderson toward the midfield. We're under a minute 10. Long pass up here for Matthew Johnson. He runs it down near the end line, and let's see, what do we have? Number 7, Chase Reed, was there trying to play a little defense.
You call the trip on him.
They did call a trip, so it'll result in a kick by Josh Blomberg. Under a minute in the first overtime period, still no score. Blomberg puts the ball in play to the midfield. Chattanooga Christian gives the ball up in the midfield, picked up there by Boyd Buchanan with under 30 seconds, and a hard tackle there by Jacob Warren is going to result in an indirect kick for Boyd Buchanan as the clock ticks under 15 seconds. Kick toward the goal, a little slip on the kick there by Joey Glisson. The ball out toward midfield as Shoemaker's going to kick it as the clock expires, and that's the end of our first overtime period. Still with no score between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. This is the TSSAA Division I Class A AA Soccer Championship match. We'll be back with the second overtime. You're watching all the action on TSSAA Network. Welcome back to the Richard Siegel Soccer Complex as we've got the crowd going crazy here as we head into the second overtime. A scoreless tie through regulation in the first overtime period. Boyd Buchanan and Chattanooga Christian. 10 minutes could determine a state champion. Both teams coming back out onto the field. And Chip, this maybe is where fatigue begins to set in. I mean,
they've been playing a long time.
You've played 90 minutes of soccer at this point.
In dripping wet clothes.
So the longer this thing goes, the more likely it is somebody makes a mistake, and that is, you don't want a state championship determined on a mistake, but that may be what we're going to see now.
We just saw on that last free kick, that the last indirect kick, that there was a lot of slippage there, and that's another thing I look out for. The field conditions are very wet still, not as bad as they were, but you still see the feet splashing around out there, and it only takes one miss for something like that to happen.
As we're in the second overtime, and Chattanooga Christian with possession of the ball, Adam Ryan gets tackled from behind. And Clint Babb got his feet tangled with Ryan. Ryan goes down from behind, so Chattanooga Christian will have a indirect kick, as that time Clint Babb got hit with the yellow card.
And that's the second yellow of the game. Earlier, Rockland Shoemaker got one for a little extracurricular lip service there, and had to take a seat on the bench for a minute.
And you saw Clint Babb there. He just looked at the referee and said, "Yes, sir," and went straight to the bench.
You're not going to change his mind.
Nope. Taylor Farrar triggers the ball in on the indirect kick for Chattanooga Christian. Throw in will be for the Chargers. They're in their offensive third, trying to find a way to put the ball in the net. No one's been able to do that so far tonight through 90-plus minutes of soccer. Here looks like a good chance. The ball through the box. Running down after it is Will Taylor. He can't quite get it. The ball goes over the touchline before Ben Beasley of Boyd Buchanan can keep it in play, and it'll result in a throw-in.
And we were talking about slipping, but also the ball bouncing. You saw it bounce real hard one time and didn't bounce at all the second time.
Throw-in comes into the box, and the ball is loose. Chattanooga Christian has it. Kick there attempted by Powell, blocked away by a sliding Buccaneer defender.
Once again, the Buccaneers with their back up against the wall, and the defense holds.
ball takes a little bit of an awkward bounce there and a little bit of a slip by number 22, Beasley, the defender, and his goalkeeper, Jake Lockhart, picks up the ball and puts it in play. As Tyler Tipton for Boyd Buchanan tried to go on the offensive, he puts it over the touchline, and the ball goes back to Chattanooga Christian as they get it into their offensive third. Number 6, Ian Pilgrim for Boyd Buchanan pokes it away, and we'll have another throw-in. A collision there in midfield. It looks like the Boyd Buchanan player got the worst for the wear there. That's number 9, Drew Zumbrin, as he's kind of hobbling a little bit after that play, and we've got a foul whistled against Chattanooga Christian, resulting in an indirect kick for the Buccaneers.
Well, since halftime of this game and through one overtime, there's only been one shot by Boyd Buchanan.
As Glisson puts the ball in the air toward the box, it's headed away. Run down on the outside by Boyd Buchanan, cleared back toward the center, now back on the sideline there to Tipton. And Tipton trying to get it into the corner, has it tipped away and out of bounds over the touchline.
Clint Babb coming back in, replacing Cody Sawyers.
So Sawyer's a senior, short time on the pitch.
Clint Babb just got his little rest period after the yellow card, and he's back in the game.
Chattanooga Christian clears the ball through midfield down to their offensive end, and it'll be a race. A couple of Boyd Buchanan players get there first. They clear it out here to Tipton. Tipton in the midfield to Glisson. Here comes Chattanooga Christian, advancing the ball up the far side of the field, left of their goal. Ball poked away and cleared by Boyd Buchanan through the midfield, and will go over the touchline in front of Buchanan's bench.
Chattanooga Christian, the possession team, and they've showed that tonight. They've had the ball probably 3/4 of this game, if not more.
A sliding poke away there by Boyd Buchanan. They have the ball on their offensive end. Down the sideline, taken away there by Chattanooga Christian, put back to the midfield. Throw in for Christian. Chattanooga Christian, that is. They put the ball into the box, and it will go right of the goal and over the end line. And Corey Wilson standing there with his hands on his hips, trying to figure out why there wasn't a player there, as he was trying to put the ball to a teammate.
Get a little frustrated. They've had all of the offensive charge the entire game, haven't been able to score, and just keep waiting for that one slip. So far, these guys are holding up under the pressure and not making that slip.
A show back for Boyd Buchanan, trying to get ahead of the defense. There's the ball now in the offensive zone for Boyd Buchanan. Ball cleared through the midfield, and we got a little contact.
Handball.
A handball there. All right.
So if we got the rules right, this is the second 10-minute overtime, and then we have 2 5-minute sudden deaths.
That is the way I understand it.
And then we go with the penalty kicks.
With the PKs, yes. Ball initiated long way in the air toward the goal. Ball headed away once, headed away twice. Boyd Buchanan trying to clear the zone. They can't, as Chattanooga Christian still has it. Chattanooga Christian keeps the ball on their end. A nice play there by Corey Wilson to save it from going over the touchline, but the next time he's not able to do so.
Clint Babb sliding in there to kick it out of bounds.
So 16 on 16 there. Nice play by both Ryan and Babb. Excuse me, Wilson and Babb. Lob toward the goal on the throw-in. Comes back out to the right side of the goal, and we've got a tackle there by number 9, Drew Zembrin, who tackles, I believe that's Will Taylor, who went down on his face and chest. And it's going to result in an indirect kick for Chattanooga Christian. Wilson to trigger it in. Ball toward the goal. Nice tip away there by Lockhart as Wilson put the ball on goal, gave his team a chance to score.
I believe if that would have gone straight in, that wouldn't have counted. It was not an indirect because it went right to the goalie. So now they get the corner.
It results in a corner kick.
Unless the goalie drops it in.
Right, exactly. If the goalie touches it, then it goes in. Corner kick toward the top of the box. Taken here by Rockland Shoemaker. He can't quite get his shot away.
There's Jake Lockhart again. That's why he's an all-state goalie. That was the best shot that Chattanooga Christian's had in a while.
So Shoemaker just couldn't get that to find the back of the net. Boyd Buchanan now trying to find a way to get it back into their offensive end, and we hit the 2-minute mark in the second overtime. Good look there by Boyd Buchanan. A good chance toward the top of the penalty arc. Can't quite find their player. And Chattanooga Christian clears it out to the midfield. Taken there by Clint Babb for Boyd Buchanan. Now Chattanooga Christian with 1:25 in the midfield tries to advance the ball. And when they do, we have a tripping call, I believe, and it'll go back to Boyd Buchanan.
Once again, Boyd Buchanan has not had a shot in the overtime period. He only had one in the second half in either overtime period.
Ball hit toward the net, headed away there by Zambrin. Ball loose and picked up by Blomberg. Actually, the header was by Babb. Zambrin had the second look at it, but Blomberg picked it up before Zambrin could get there, or Zumbrin could get there. Under a minute, Chattanooga Christian trying to get the ball back in their offensive zone, and once again the whistle blows, and it'll go back to Boyd Buchanan.
Once again, that was Boyd Buchanan's best shot at a goal in a long time.
Chattanooga Christian with the ball, number 13, Adam Ryan. Ryan's going to put it into the middle of the box, and a cutter for Chattanooga Christian. Couldn't quite get the ball on goal, and that will probably bring us to the end of this second overtime. As we got a lot of contact near the midfield. The clock ticks down, and ladies and gentlemen, we have completed 2 full overtime periods here in the Division I Class AAA Soccer Championship with no score between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. We'll be back with sudden death. You're watching Blue Cross Spring Fling Soccer Championship action on the TSSAA network. Welcome back. We are in sudden death overtime of the 2010 Class AAA State Soccer Championship. No score between Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan. Let's take a look at some highlights.
This was a great scoring opportunity here on the free kick. It was an indirect kick, though, but there was Jake Lockhart to get up and block it over the goal. Another shot on goal. Lockhart able to get there in time to stop it. And then here is a rare opportunity for Boyd Buchanan to score a doubleheader opportunity. I believe that's Clint Babb in there trying to get the back head in to the goal, but not enough, and Josh Blomberg there to stop it. So we go through 2 overtimes, 2 halves, and no score in the game. We'll go into sudden death overtime period.
So a 5-minute period. We'll do 2 of these if necessary, and then we'll go to penalty kicks. As Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan waited to start this game, delayed by almost 2 hours due to weather before the start of this game. And once they got here, Chip, they didn't want to leave. We're playing extra soccer.
That's right. There's different kinds of fatigue, too. There's fatigue from the heat where you got to play one of these overtime games in the heat, and we've seen those in these state championships. But in this game, these guys are soaking wet. They were out here, and the field was wet. Their socks are wet. Their feet are like prunes, and they're out there trying to play, and this is the game of their high school career. They're playing it for all of the marbles right here in the state championship.
And to give you a little bit of a comparison, the two games yesterday, temperature was between 85 and 90 most of the time. It's about 69 degrees right now here in Murfreesboro. So what a difference a day makes from a temperature standpoint and also from a field condition standpoint as we're set to start sudden death overtime number 1.
And this is probably one of the biggest crowds they'll play in front of this year, too, because we've got the crowds from both games on hand. And they're seeing a good one here, a good defensive battle.
As we have third overtime, first sudden death overtime period gets underway, and the ball goes over the touchline, so Boyd Buchanan will trigger with a throw-in. Chattanooga Christian, who's applied the majority of the pressure all game long, all match long, I should say, without having any chance to find the back of the net. And if you're Boyd Buchanan, it's one of those things where you just want to make good on your one opportunity if you get it. Defensively, though, they've got to be tired. Chattanooga Christian, Rockland Shoemaker with the ball in the offensive third. Has it poked away from behind on a good sliding attempt to tackle there by Chase Reed. Ball stays in play. Reed's got it. Has it knocked away from him by Taylor Black. Black centers the ball. He's taken down there by Reed, and a yellow card for Reed. So third yellow card of the game, second on a Boyd Buchanan team member. Clint Babb had one in the second overtime. And Chase Reed now gets one here in the third overtime.
Number 12, Cody Sawyer.
And Cody Sawyers, as he checked in for Clint Babb, will now check in for Chase Reed. So an indirect kick for the Chargers of Chattanooga Christian. Ball centered, loose in the box, and finally Jake Lockhart comes up with it after a couple of point-blank attempts there by Chattanooga Christian.
That was a close call.
Chattanooga Christian with a free kick, indirect kick near midfield.
Jake Lockhart has been the man. That ball loose in front of the goal, and very scary opportunity there. And there's another whistle. Come back the other way.
We'll take a replay here of this corner, or this indirect kick. Poked away there by number 22. That's Ben Beasley, but he didn't clear the zone, and that chip was a good play by Lockhart.
Now Lockhart went up and tried to catch the ball on the fly, and he wasn't able to get there. It ricocheted off the other player, and he still was able to hang on.
So already under 2.5 minutes in this third overtime period, the first of potentially 2 sudden death sessions.
Chase Reed back in the lineup after getting that yellow card and taking a short breather.
And Clint Babb will put it in play via the throw-in for Boyd Buchanan. Mason Workman has it taken away from him near midfield, tries to regain possession and can't. Chattanooga Christian brings it across into their offensive end. Clearing the zone was Boyd Buchanan, but when they did, the ball went over the touchline.
Time running down in the first sudden death overtime. Both these teams laying it all on the line. They're going to leave it all on the field.
This play there by Boyd Buchanan, but cleared by Beasley as number 10, Tyler Tipton, missed on his clearing attempt, and Beasley had to pick it up and get it out of there. Ball once again in the offensive end for Chattanooga Christian. Adam Ryan near the ball. We've got a whistle. And once again, Chattanooga Christian given the call for aggressive play. Indirect kick for Boyd Buchanan from their defensive end of the field. Crosses midfield. Picked up there by Chattanooga Christian. We're under 35 seconds remaining in this third overtime, the first of what looks like are going to be 2 sudden death overtime sessions.
Boyd Buchanan always seems to put the ball in the offensive end right when the clock's running down.
Chattanooga Christian now with the ball with 15 seconds, trying to find a way to get in a scoring attempt. Nice sliding poke away there by Mason Wortman as it goes over the touchline. And we're under 5 seconds. Ball in play, and that should wrap up overtime number 3, and we are still scoreless. Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan, the number 1 ranked team and the number 3 ranked team, have played through 3 overtimes without scoring. We'll be back for the 4th overtime. You're watching the 2010 Class A AA State Championship on the TSSAA Network. The number 1 ranked Chattanooga Christian School Chargers are being taken to the limit by their crosstown rival Boyd Buchanan. We are in the 4th overtime, the second of 2 sudden death overtime periods, and still no score between these 2 teams, and they have battled and battled.
They really have. Boyd Buchanan on the defensive end. Chattanooga Christian has thrown everything offensively they have at them, and still no score either way.
If we make it through the next 4.5 minutes without a score, we'll go to penalty kicks, maybe the most exciting phase in soccer. And Boyd Buchanan got here via the penalty kick phase. They beat CPA 1-0. 3-2 was the count in the penalty kicks, and that was the first time Jake Lockhart, their goalkeeper, had ever participated in a penalty kick session.
Might get another chance tonight.
Play in the midfield, a little aggressive there, bumping shoulders, a couple of players, and Boyd Buchanan takes possession of the ball. They put it into their offensive end. Chase Reed has it go off his chest, and then it will go off a sliding Charger. That's number 4, Roy Anderson, and it'll be a throw-in for Boyd Buchanan. Ben Beasley, the senior sweeper, will trigger it in.
One of the rare opportunities for Boyd Buchanan to be down in the offensive end. Let's see if they can make something happen with it.
Ball thrown in toward the goal. Loose. Buchanan keeps it in. Now being cleared by number 14. That's Matthias Crossman for Chattanooga Christian. Taylor Black now with it. Forwards it up to Rockland Shoemaker. Shoemaker on a run out on the left side. Steps over a tackler. Goes into left corner. Tries to center it. And a nice sliding block by Boyd Buchanan. I didn't get the number there.
Yeah, I think that was Cody Sawyer's number 12. Or number 22 in there. That's Ben Beasley. Yeah, Ben Beasley, the sweeper back there, able to make a great stop on there on the biggest offensive threat for Chattanooga Christian.
Corner kick for Chattanooga Christian goes through the box. A head attempt there failed by Rockland Shoemaker. Couldn't quite get his forehead on the ball.
Boy, when Shoemaker had that drive down to the corner, you know, he's a guy that can make things happen. The leading scorer on this team, and he's a very dangerous threat. What a great play. The best offensive best offensive player on one team against the best defensive player on the other.
Clint Babb triggers it in for Boyd Buchanan via the goal kick. Sasha Peters back in the ball game for Chattanooga Christian. They have the ball on their offensive end, and number 13, Adam Ryan, is taken down, and it will result in an indirect kick just outside the penalty box to the right side of the goal. Let's see, Jake Locker trying to find a way to keep his team in this one off the indirect kick. Ryan set to take it. Ball off the wall, gets through and goes over the touchline, and it will be a corner kick for Chattanooga Christian. And we are under 1 minute in the second sudden death overtime.
Boy, this is where the drama kicks in. Under 1 minute to play. An indirect kick and now a corner.
Joshua Womack from the corner hooks it in there, headed out. Runs it down. Actually, that was not, that was Rockland Shoemaker who had the corner kick and then ran it down. Not Joshua Womack. It was 2, not 7. And a little aggressive play there results in a indirect kick for Boyd Buchanan. They throw it all the way into their front, into the offensive third, I should say, over midcourt, and it looks like we are going to count down to penalty kicks as the clock strikes 0, and we have played through 4 overtime periods without a score. Chattanooga Christian and Boyd Buchanan are headed to penalty kicks. You're watching the 2010 Class A AA State Soccer Championship on the TSSAA Network. Welcome back to 2010 TSSAA Division I Class A AA Soccer Championships. If you like excitement and you like defense, you are in the right place. We are in the penalty kick phase as we've gone through regulation and overtime, and now we'll settle it with penalty kicks.
Yeah, and Taylor Scholl's up there first. Boyd Buchanan throws their biggest offensive threat as the first man up to face Josh Blumberg.
Scholl's going to go right, and he's going to score. As Blumberg went left, Scholl went high and right. 1-0 in penalty kicks in favor of Boyd Buchanan.
And we got the biggest offensive threat from Chattanooga Christian School, starting off with Rockland Shoemaker. He's going to face the senior All-State Jake Lockert in goal to try to tie things up.
Lockert had never been in penalty kicks until the final game, the previous game, I should say, against CPA. So we'll see how he fares here tonight. Shoemaker waiting on the whistle. He gets it. Shoemaker goes left, and it's wide.
I think he would have had that covered anyway. Jake Lockert saw that he was going to that side and dove over there. If that would have been in the net, I think he would have blocked it away.
So nice play there by Lockert. He read Shoemaker perfectly, and as Chip mentioned, it looked like he would have had it covered, but the ball was wide of the post to the left side.
And it looks like that might be Mason Workman.
Workman had a penalty kick scored against CPA. So Workman against Blomberg. Workman's going to kick. He's going to score. He went high and left, and Blomberg, I should say, couldn't get there. Went over his outstretched arms. 2 attempts and 2 scores in the penalty kick phase for Boyd Buchanan. Number 13, it looks like Chip will be up. That's going to be Adam Ryan, a captain for Chattanooga Christian.
He's a midfielder known for his defense and one of the team leaders. He needs to put one in here.
Kicks, scores easily, as that time Lockert looked like he got locked up.
He completely faked him out. He went right and then turned around and hooked it back to the left and completely faked him out. So a good goal there from the captain.
2-1 in favor of Boyd Buchanan.
Next up is Drew Zumbrum.
Zumbrum also successful in his penalty kick attempt against CPA in the semifinal match.
One of the senior leaders on his team. What a way to close out his career by putting one in the back of the net.
Josh Blomberg there putting a little bit of a freeze on him. Now we're ready to play. Kick, and it's blocked away, and we are one kick away from being tied in penalty kicks. As that time, Zumbrum went right at Blomberg, and Blomberg didn't have to move. He just put his hands up and deflected it away.
Will Taylor's up next, and we've seen him a lot tonight. Midfielder.
So
look how big he is. He's only a sophomore.
Taylor with a chance to tie this in the third round of penalty kicks.
I wonder how his nerves are. He's played the whole game, so he's been out there a lot. But once again, he's only a sophomore.
There's the whistle. Kick, and it's off the hands of Lockhart. As that time, Taylor tried to go low and left, and Lockhart was there to block it away.
And Lockhart guessed right. He was going left all the way. He was committed. He was going to be over there. He was able to make the stop.
It's like number 6.
Ian Pilgrim, a freshman.
And Pilgrim got an attempt against CPA in the penalty kick phase as well. He was unfortunately not successful. One of the two not to find the back of the net for the
Coach
Buccaneers.
Dustin Walker has confidence in this freshman to put him in that position.
Pilgrim kicks. Pilgrim scores easily. He goes right. Blomberg went left, and wide open net, and Pilgrim puts it in.
Got to feel great for the freshman going out there and putting it in the net. And Taylor Black is the man for Chattanooga Christian. This is a must-make shot. If he misses, it's all over.
And he's a sophomore, so a lot of pressure on the sophomore shoulders. The defensive midfielder is going to take his kick. He shoots. He scores! Over an outstretched diving Jake Lockhart. Lockhart read it going right. He just couldn't get to the kick by Black. So 3-2 in favor of Boyd Buchanan with one round of penalty kicks remaining.
Joey Glisson, the next man up.
So Glisson with a chance to end this right here. Josh Blomberg, the junior goalkeeper, trying to keep his team alive. Glisson goes left, he scores, and Boyd Buchanan wins their first state soccer championship.
And there's the man, Joey Glisson. He really faked out Blomberg. Josh Blomberg dove completely left, and he put it in the left corner.
So Boyd Buchanan wins the state championship 1-0 in the penalty kick phase. They scored 4 to take the victory. We'll step aside, take a break. We'll come back with final comments. You're watching Division I Class AA Soccer Championship action on the TSSAA Network. A state championship has been decided via penalty kicks. Boyd Buchanan outkicks Chattanooga Christian 4-2 in the penalty kick phase to win their first ever state soccer championship, and it was Joey Glisson with the final kick.
Joey Glisson scored the goal. The star of the game, Jake Lockhart, their all-state goalkeeper, is able to once again blank another team, not letting anything in the net. Boyd Buchanan, their strategy works. They don't worry about their offense much. They worry about their defense, and they don't let anybody score.
8 consecutive shutouts to end the season for Boyd Buchanan and that's why they are the 2010 Division I Class A AA soccer champion. For Chip Hobeck, I'm Dwayne Hickey. Thanks for joining us here on the TSS AA Network.
Coverage of the 2010 Blue Cross Spring Fling Soccer Championships is brought to you by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Tennessee, Farm Bureau Insurance, Baptist Sports Medicine, and the Governor's Highway Safety Office.